The ground trembles as the lion emerges, a master of survival driven by the greatest ambition in the natural world. The lion charges forward like a storm, putting the entire savanna on alert. Muscle power, explosive speed, and precision make it a formidable presence among every herd on the plains. It does not need a long chase. Just a few seconds are enough to change the outcome completely. When the confrontation begins, control of the situation is quickly established. Under the scorching heat of the savanna, a pack of African wild dogs moves like a perfectly coordinated hunting machine. Each one weighs only around 60 pounds, but with endurance speeds reaching nearly 35 miles per hour and near-perfect teamwork, they form a tight formation that few predators are willing to confront directly. But a male lion weighing nearly 300 pounds quickly notices that the wild dogs have moved too deep into his territory. The ruler of the savanna silently closes in, turning the rival hunt into a tense confrontation. Then, in a single instant, the confrontation begins suddenly. The overwhelming force leaves the pack with no time to react, and the targeted animal quickly loses its advantage by the lion. It is not simply about food, but also a clear statement of territorial control, an invisible boundary constantly maintained through strength in the wild. Sometimes a single well-timed attack is enough to restore the order of the dominant ruler. Plains zebras appear across the savanna like a living mirage, where black and white stripes blend into the endless motion of the grasslands. Each animal weighs around 700 pounds and can reach speeds of nearly 40 miles per hour, combined with remarkable endurance that makes them one of the most difficult prey animals to overpower in the wild. For the lion, the challenge is not only speed, but also the chaos of an entire herd in motion. The constantly shifting stripes create a visual maze, making it extremely difficult for a predator to lock onto a single target within the rushing confusion. So the lion follows patiently, waiting for the moment when one animal slows down or drifts away from the herd. And when the opportunity appears, its full power erupts instantly. It surges forward with explosive speed, making a precise move that brings down the target within moments. In the harsh wilderness, sometimes a single brief moment of hesitation is enough to decide the outcome of a hunt for survival. But lions do not always have the advantage. In another part of the savanna, zebras respond with a powerful survival instinct. A kick from the hind legs can deliver tremendous force, strong enough to make any predator think twice. This time, the counterattack comes at the perfect moment. The lion loses momentum, its body thrown off course, forcing it to lose momentum. The zebra immediately accelerates and quickly disappears into the distance. In the harsh wilderness, the line between the hunter and the one escaping can be separated by only a split second. And in that world, every mistake comes with its own price. Across the vast grasslands of the Serengeti, The Thompson's gazelle stands as a symbol of speed and vigilance. Each animal weighs only around 70 pounds, yet can burst past 50 miles per hour during short escape runs, making it one of the most difficult prey animals to catch on the open savanna. Yet hunger leaves the lion with little room to let an opportunity slip away. After a long and silent pursuit, the predator suddenly accelerates forward. A single well-timed strike is enough to throw the gazelle off balance, allowing the lion to quickly subdue it and secure a hard-earned meal. In the harsh wilderness, the advantage does not belong only to the faster or stronger animal, but to the one that knows how to wait for the perfect moment to make the decisive move. Across the scorched savanna, a herd of Cape buffalo moves like a massive living wall, with hundreds of animals weighing up to 2,000 pounds each. Their thick hide, shaped like natural armor, and their powerful curved horns form an almost impenetrable defense, making them some of the most formidable animals on the grasslands. Against such a massive target, individual strength alone is not enough. Only the coordinated effort of the entire pride creates a real chance for a successful hunt. And then the decisive moment finally arrives. The instant one buffalo falls behind, the lions quickly take advantage of their speed, agility, and the surrounding terrain to close in. Through precise coordination and relentless pressure, they gradually pressure and subdue the massive animal. Although the instinct to protect one another drives the herd to resist, once a single animal loses its advantage, the buffalo must continue moving to protect the rest of the group. It is one of nature's harsh realities. The loss of one individual can become the price of survival for the herd, keeping the endless cycle of life on the savanna in motion. The African elephant stands like a massive living fortress, with each adult weighing up to 12,000 pounds. Within the tightly packed herd, the young calves remain protected at the center, surrounded by the nearly unbreakable defense of their mothers. Yet the lionesses continue their patient pursuit. They quietly spread out and reposition themselves, constantly shifting to stretch the herd apart while waiting for the brief moment when a young calf falls behind in the confusion of movement. The elephant herd immediately turns to respond, their massive bodies rising like a wall across the savanna. But the uneven terrain and the herd's hurried movement create a brief opening, just enough for the lions to rush in. Rather than confronting the herd head-on, the lions constantly change direction, apply pressure, and force the young calf farther from the circle of protection. Once the final gap is cut off, the pride closes in together, bringing the pursuit to a close amid the chaos of the savanna. Under overwhelming pressure, the elephant herd is forced to move on in order to protect the rest of the group. One young animal is left behind, as the unforgiving cycle of survival in the wild continues without pause. If the lion symbolizes power, then the hyena represents relentless endurance. Weighing around 140 pounds and armed with an incredibly powerful bite, these animals possess the pack intelligence needed to challenge even the most dominant predators. Yet even a predator can sometimes become the target. Taking advantage of the hyena pack's distraction around a meal, the lion moves in like a shadow. In an instant, a sudden move unfolds fast, precise, and overwhelming. Refusing to abandon one of their own, the hyena pack immediately fights back with piercing calls and an aggressive surround. Faced with that fearless unity, the lion is forced to pull back from the confrontation, allowing the target to escape by the narrowest margin. On the savanna, power does not belong only to raw strength, but also to the ability to exploit a single moment of weakness. If silence is the hunter's greatest advantage, then unity becomes the strongest shield for survival. When the rival is one of their own kind, the rules begin to change. Across a territory where resources are limited, two male lions weighing nearly 500 pounds confront each other along an invisible boundary. Muscles tighten as every movement sends a clear message of dominance and control. Deep roars echo for miles across the landscape, serving not only as a display of power, but also as a test of resolve. Here, experience and endurance matter more than pure speed alone. The confrontation unfolds quickly, yet with careful restraint. Even the smallest mistake can cost valuable energy. Both lions understand their limits, leaving no room for reckless effort. In the end, one lion chooses to withdraw in order to preserve its strength. The victor remains in place, marking the territory through presence and scent. In the world of lions, power does not come only from dominance, but also from the awareness of when to advance and when to step back, preserving the balance of the savanna. Across the harsh, dry landscape, the rhinoceros appears like a living tank, weighing up to 5,000 pounds. Although its eyesight is limited, its armor-like hide and highly sensitive sense of smell allow it to detect approaching danger with remarkable speed. The lion pride quietly circles its target, patiently searching for an opening. But a fully grown rhinoceros is never an easy animal to bring down. Then, in a single instant, the rhinoceros unleashes a sudden burst of power. It charges directly toward its opponents with surprising speed, turning its massive body into a dangerous force that sends the lions retreating to avoid the impact. In that moment, the hunters become the ones forced to flee. In the unforgiving wild, the greatest strength does not always come from overpowering others, but from the presence that forces every rival to step aside. In the end, sharp strategy and the ability to adapt are what truly define the place of lions and every other creature within the cycle of survival. No advantage lasts forever. Only those that can adapt are able to endure over time. True strength is found not only in attack, but also in the wisdom to choose the right moment to advance or step back. If this journey has given you a new perspective, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. By now, the journey has revealed a natural law that is both unforgiving and remarkably fair.